Hello everyone and welcome back to ETS Reacts, and today we're doing our Week 5 Winter 2026 anime review of the animes that we watch here on ETS Reacts. And I know it's a day later, that's just because I was busy this weekend and I've also been a hair lazy. I apologize. But I'm getting to this a day later and no one actually responded on our community feedback review, so that's something I'm not going to do today. So I'm thinking about, I started an X account and I've been posting some stuff about the animes that I watch, and I'm thinking I might be starting to bring in to an anime weekly review and also like a community anime review of what's going on those weeks with those episodes and what I found interesting within those episodes and what the community also found interesting. So I'm thinking about bringing that in this week as well. So anyway, if you're new here, how the scale works is 10 is the best anime episode you have ever seen. 9 was, oh my god, that was peakness. That was so good. 8 is really, really good. And 7 is a solid anime episode. And 6 is average. 5's kind of like, 4 is man. And 3 and under are One Punch Man Season 3. So anyway, let's get into what we watched first, and this is episode 2, which I'm glad if there was one time that you weren't going to respond to the community, it was this week, because I don't even think I changed this from saying episode 1 to episode 2. And on Saturday, I think I'm gonna do episode 3 and 4 of Hana-Kimi. But I really, really enjoyed episode 2 way more than episode 1. I was kind of on the fence about the show in episode 1. I didn't really know what to think of it, but episode 2 was really good. I'm in between 8 and 7 here, and I think it's more of a 7.5. I think it's a really good episode. I don't know if I might have cut out there. I don't know if it's this ETS React thing. I'm going to take it off. Or if it's the ads on this page. I'm not 100% sure, but it's messing around with my camera. Anyway, was a really good episode. The main track Oshi figured out that she was a girl at the end of the last episode, and he was kind of going back and forth. She gets all jealous about, the girlfriend that she thought track Oshi was hanging out with. And then Golden Retriever blonde guy, it was hilarious. He thought he was crushing on another dude the way the light reflected off of her, and he was like, what the heck? And then getting all flustered about her drinking the milk or that peach juice or whatever that was, and him getting all like, oh my god, I'm gonna have I'm blanking on what it's called. But it's the secondhand kiss or whatever, when your lips touch something and the other person's lip touch. I'm blanking on what it is. But then the other kid came and downed the whole drink right in front of him. It was really funny and a wholesome, cool episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where the series is going forward. So it's definitely got me more excited about Hana-Kimi. And then Oshinoko this week was a 9. I thought it was amazing. I was a little upset with my reaction too, to be honest, because I was so locked into the screen that I felt like I just was like staring at it the whole time instead of reacting. So those are the little things that you learn along the way. But man, Ruby and Aqua's interaction with each other in the beginning, Aqua figuring out what was going on with the dad, and the killer maybe still being alive. He doesn't know if it's the dad or someone within the company. And then Akane meeting the dad at the end and figuring out that what his face looked like, what he does now, how she's going to approach Aqua about this. Like, all of this is peakness leading into the rest of the season, and I'm really excited to see where it is going forward. And then Jujutsu Kaisen, some people had it here this week at a 5. Just a little bit that I've seen in the community of people not really understanding Kira's technique and thinking that it was too complex. If you watched my reaction on this, I really enjoyed breaking down Kira's technique. And I know I'm not saying it right, but it's literally like Kiri rah rah. So that's just how I've been saying it. A little bit as a joke and a little bit I don't know how to say it. And I really enjoyed breaking down Kira's technique and the whole stars and it being on them and how to get close to the door and trying to figure out how they got through that solution, and then Yuji coming out and being a cog and taking those punches, and then we got to see blue hair man that wants to challenge Sukuna at the end, and I thought it was a peak episode. I thought it was a 9. I don't think it was as good as Oshinoko, but I think it was right below it. Oh, and so then this is where I wanted to kind of jump into my Twitter here, and we'll save this one for last. This was the one thing that I was not expecting this week of when I watched this episode, and then I made my account on Friday, I believe, so I watched it on Thursday night. Obviously it came out Friday. I made this, and I was not ready for this. Have you guys seen this? This is Kira in middle school, and this is her, or he, or her now, and everyone was saying, bringing up Kira's gender, and I was stunned. I thought she was a woman, and I was saying that she was hot during the reaction, and then I get on Twitter, and then people were saying she was a man, and my mind was, I felt like Timon B-side Kinoshita when they turn into pink goo. I was like, I was not expecting that, and they were fierce battles going back and forth in this Twitter timeline about Kira's gender, and that just caught me offline. And then I also thought this was cool. I love passion and I'm a cog. And then we got Timon stuff that I'll get into. I got really into the Timon stuff. And then people making these cool edits about Sukuna. I thought all that stuff was cool this week. Timon, to be honest, my first reaction of the episode was probably here. I thought it was an average episode this week. But then I sat on it and I scrolled through the Twitter timeline, because I think from the 4 minutes where Timon, was contemplating suicide, I thought that was crazy. I didn't really expect that coming. And then the whole rooftop scene, like people were saying, you're getting into the Yamihara stage of just playing on Kinoshida's emotions, and it kind of was weird. And then you got to the end, and how he always turns on the Iketeru Hara, the Harihara face, and just tries to work Kinoshita to get what he wants and to stay her fan. I was kind of like, whoa, this is really manipulative right now. And I was kind of on the edge about it, but then I actually thought it was a really solid episode. I watched it again, and then I went through the whole timeline that, as you can see here, and I was on it quick. And I thought this was one of my favorite parts of this episode, because the whole time, even to the last episode where they were behind the scenes and we saw Eater Leader, Kato, thanks for that, oh why lord, Kato, he looked like a normal dude when they were talking about the sickness, and then oh no, Timon and Ori overworked their voices, and he just seemed like a chill normal dude to me. And he opened the rooftop door and he saw the whole Kinoshita with her head exploded and Timon. And the normal reaction, what I would do, I'd be like, close that door. I don't need to see any of that stuff. I thought that was funny, relatable. And then we got to this and I was like, he's gonna fiend over stealing Kinoshita now? I was like, all 5 of these guys are gonna fiend over Kinoshita now? And I thought this cute little face turns into this malice one where he thinks he's some Ayano. So I really enjoyed that. Then I went into this one, and people were like, "Oh, it's rightly uncomfortable," and I felt the same way, because I even felt a little uncomfortable about Timon's behavior. But he just lost his center position. Know how much his self-worth depends on it. But lose interest on him, which is obvious. And I said, yeah, concerning behavior from Timon, no. He's had no one to support him in his idle life until Kinoshita. Now the thought of her leaving him has him a little deranged. It's somewhat understandable, but I hope it doesn't go on too long. I think it's understandable that he's a little deranged because, right, the person comes in and they take care of you. You feel really good. You're starting to have feelings for them, and then all of a sudden he's afraid that some other really good looking guy might take Kinoshita away. You can understand the thought of being anxious about it and wanting to kind of be like, oh no, she's mine, she's my fan. But I just hope it doesn't go on too long, because I really enjoy the cute, gloomy horror side of Tamon. This is goated fan art, by the way. Goated. Shout out to Valmy, goated. And then I was like, can confirm as an anime only loser, I'm going down the Twitter X rabbit hole in shock over Tamon'S B-side. Side note, add another nickname, Yamihara. See, I would have never known it was Yamihara if I didn't get on Twitter here. That was just JJK, the chosen bunny for JJK. I need it to be true. Interesting. They deleted this. But anyway, it was about Golden Angel Hair Boy Natsuki has the best B-side. That's what I'm seeing on Twitter now. So people that are Tamon, he has the best B-side. That makes me excited to see him and Kaidis. And I thought this was really cute fan art too. Jimmy. I thought that was funny. Anyway, so let's get back to our ranking here. Polar Opposites. Really cute episode this week, but it was probably my least favorite Polar Opposites episode. Yamada. God, he is such a good character to me. I think he is so cool. I kind of like sometimes when you have the not so smart character and he's just straightforward. He goes for what he likes, and he threw the fastball. He threw that heater and he left nothing behind. And I like when characters do that. And then you also got the cute Suzuki and Tani-kun moment with the grandma, who I thought was going to be a demon at first, and with the aura that she emitted when they first showed her, and then was sweet with the vegetables and all that other stuff. So I thought it was a 6.5. So that's why I put it the lowest here. But yeah, and then I think you jump over here, and I've seen a lot of people get worked up about this rankings right here. And go back to what I said here. I said I don't really know how anyone can argue with this list. The top 8 or 9 all being entertaining shows how great winter 2026 anime season has been. Going from fall 2025, where I was bored out of my mind, this feels like heaven. I just think all of us should rejoice in how good winter 2026 animes are. I would say the ones I don't watch here are 7, 8, 9, 10, and then sadly I don't watch Frieren. So, or Hell's Paradise. Is that more than half of them that I don't watch? But anyway, I think Tamon'S B-side, Oshinoko, You and I Are Polar Opposites, Jujutsu Kaisen, and all those, it's worth. And Frieren, obviously mainstream, deserves to be on there. Hell's Paradise, mainstream, deserves to be on there. So I just think those are 8 or 9 top animes that, other than this In the Clear, Moonlight Dusk, I don't even know what that is. I think all of them are just animes that are really good. And I mean, 8, 9, 10, who cares? We're all as an anime community eating really good this winter season. And yeah, that's my rankings right there. Oshinoko at number 1 this week, and Polar Opposites at the bottom. But in between all that was really good anime episodes this week, and great interactions in the anime community too, of stuff that I would have never known if I didn't get on X there and talk through it. So if you want to drop a follow on X, if you want to subscribe on YouTube, I'd be really grateful. I hope this was entertaining for you guys. The X part of it, let me know. If you want next week, if someone wants to respond, that'd be great. As you can see, we got 0 responses this week. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Hope you all enjoyed, and bye.